Macy's, and they're working with Chicago chef Rick Bayless on raising money for the Greater Chicago Food Depository. Tonight, Rick is doing a demonstration here at the store, and people are kind of coming in and they're donating money. The hope is to raise 10 million meals. If you don't know Rick, he's owner of restaurants here in the city, such as Topola Bombo, also Frontera Grill, his new one, Shoko, and he also won Top Chef Masters. We're going to talk to him about all of his restaurants, also winning Top Chef. And is he a Bears fan? We'll find out. Rick Bayless, how are you today?
I'm doing just great. Happy to be here with you.
Well, why don't you talk about a little bit what you're doing here today with Macy's?
Well, I'm on the Macy's Culinary Council, and all of the chefs, there's about 12 of us now that are on the council from coast to coast, and we're all doing events in the Macy's store to promote people coming together, but coming together in a way that can give back to the community. And tonight, all the proceeds of what's going on here is going to go to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. And you know, it's kind of a hard economic time, and it's even a hard economic time for the food depository. So I feel really grateful to be able to help raise some funds, because obviously people are in need these days, and it's really great to be able to give back to the community, raise some funds for a really good cause.
You have a good turnout tonight, too.
You know, I think we have something like 250 people that have come out for this, so I'm really happy.
Amazing. And Rick, I got to tell you, I drove by Frontera on the way here. The line was around the block.
Are you really?
Yes.
No.
I mean, I'm always so amazed.
Did you invite all those people? I don't know where they came from.
Where did they come from? I mean, honestly, what is the secret to your success? I mean, you have your new
drugs in the food. I don't know. It's something. I don't know. I always say that I just like to make food that I like to eat, and thankfully other people like to eat it as well. So that's all I can say.
Obviously they do. I mean, good for you.
Yeah, well, you know, it's amazing that a restaurant that's 23 years old still has lines of people waiting to get in at 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
What, opened back in, is it 1987?
Yeah, we opened in, yeah, that shows, that's probably, you weren't even born in
1987. I was 3
years old. Oh, now I'm feeling incredibly old. But you know what? What keeps me young is cooking, because I love to cook for people. I love to share food.
Why don't you talk about, how did you get into cooking? You weren't from Chicago originally, right?
No, I grew up actually in Oklahoma City, and I'm fourth generation in a family of restaurant people, but I tried to get away from it for a while, and I lived in Mexico, and that's when my passion for Mexican food really developed. And I decided at one point, instead of going down the path that I'd chosen for myself, which basically was to be a college professor and study things about Mexico and its culture, I decided to put my love for Mexican culture together with my love for food, and here I am all these many years later with 6, almost 7 cookbooks behind me, and very successful run as a restaurant chef and owner. So.
And Rick, we have Halloween coming up and Thanksgiving. Can you give some tips? Any sort of Halloween recipe you like, and what about Thanksgiving?
Well, I have to say that the thing that comes to my mind for Halloween is that sometimes when you get everybody together for a fun party, you want to do something that's just easy to do. So I've got this really great way of making pumpkin soup. Okay, so that you could just have people over for a very simple experience. And it's to take canned pumpkin, equal portions with chicken broth that you buy in a can, and I put chipotle salsa. I know of a really good brand of chipotle salsa that we kind of make, and so I put some of that in there and a little bit of cream, and it's really, really delicious. So chipotle pumpkin soup, that's a good thing. Actually, you could do that for Thanksgiving if you wanted, but my favorite thing to do for Thanksgiving is to make a kind of chipotle salsa for the table that combines cranberries, chipotle, and jicama. It's that root, the vegetable that you chop up that's real crunchy and sort of like water chestnut-like in texture, and to put that in there and some lime juice, and it's really good with roasted turkey.
That sounds so delicious. You're making my mouth water.
That's my job. That's what I try to do.
Wow, and Top Chef Masters, Rick. I was rooting for you the whole time. Why did you decide to do it in the first place?
I have no idea. After the first one, I was like, what am I doing here? You know, when the young people go on Top Chef, and most of them you've never heard of, and they're out there just trying to make a name for themselves, and then here are all the guys and women that have been working in this profession for so long. We got on there and we went, my gosh, I've got so much to lose here, you know? So it was the most nerve-wracking thing I've ever done in my life. And I've done a lot of hard things in my life, but this was a really hard thing.
And for those who don't know, you won. You took home the $100,000 for your charity.
I did. We have a charity that we started about 6 years ago called the Frontera Farmer Foundation to support small family farms in the Midwest to help make them more profitable. And so they'll keep on growing stuff that we can find in our farmers markets and in the restaurants and that sort of thing. So I have to say that I was incredibly honored to have been given that prize, but I worked at it.
Yeah. And have you seen, first of all, the popularity in your restaurants go up since then? And now, do people recognize you more often, too?
Yeah, both of those things I'd say have happened, except that we've always worked pretty much at capacity in our restaurant. Now what you find is that when you call, you're on hold longer because there's more people calling in. If you're looking for a reservation, the reservationist just told me last night that for prime time, we're booking in January, and here it is October. So yeah, people are booking up well in advance. They want to taste that Top Chef master food, I guess.
Do you like being a celebrity?
You know, I'm a reluctant celebrity. Actually, what I like doing is cooking and being involved in developing dishes that people are just going to love. And I think with that, I'm really satisfied. If you pull me away and just make me be the celebrity, I get sort of fidgety and bored pretty quick.
And last but not least, you have so many awards, one Top Chef. What are you most proud of in your career?
You know, I'm most proud of being a father. I have to say, I have an 18-year-old daughter that just started at NYU, and I'm incredibly proud of what she's been able to do. And I'm really proud of the fact that she loves good food, and she loves sharing it with other people. After having left our home, she's gotten together groups of people and she's taken them shopping, she's taken them to cook things, and that just makes me really happy. She's not following a culinary career, but who knows, she may actually end up back in that. But right now, she's doing performance things. She's in the theater department at NYU and loving it, and I'm really happy for her, and I'm incredibly proud of her.
And is it true, too, your own family, they're more sports people? They're kind of more into sports and wanted you to do that?
My whole family is all into sports. Sports is everything for them. And I was the black sheep that went off and pursued something completely different. But I have to say, it was all I could do. It's all I want to do, and I'm really happy.
So do you watch the Bears games then over the weekend?
No. No, people always ask me, what would you do for a tailgate? And I go, like, what's a tailgate? It's like, I was like, I'm sorry. It's like, it's not my world, okay? I could probably come out, tell me what you want to do, and I'll get you the right dish for it. But I was like, it's not my thing. It's really not. I'm incredibly active, and I work out all the time. But as far as following sports and all that sort of stuff, it's just not my thing.
Not so much?
No.
Well, you're probably one of the few people in Chicago, so you should be proud of that.
No, or embarrassed, one or the other. I don't know which I should be.
Rick, thank you so much. It's so nice to meet you.
Oh, thank you so much. It was wonderful talking to you. Again, I'm going to give her more flavor. So I'm going to add the other half of the herb in cilantro. So I'm going to take another same about basically the same amount. I'm going to tear off the stems of it and tear the cilantro into pieces and put that into the food processor. Put the top on it and turn it on so that we'll start to make a kind of course here on some skewers. And I'm going to usually if I was doing this at home, I would let these sit for about a half hour or so for the flavor to start really penetrating the